Verse Micah 6:8. He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Explanation. This verse from the book of Micah offers a simple yet profound view of what truly matters in life. Instead of focusing on complex rules or outward displays, it points inward, toward character, attitude, and daily choices. The phrase, "He hath showed thee what is good," suggests that goodness is not hidden or unreachable. It is already known. People often search for meaning in achievements, status, or recognition, yet this verse reminds us that clarity has always been present. Goodness is not about excess, but about intention. To do justly speaks about fairness and integrity. It is not limited to major decisions, but applies to everyday behavior, how we treat others, how we speak, and how we act when no one is watching. Justice here is not harsh or cold, it is balanced and thoughtful. To love mercy adds depth to justice. Mercy softens judgment and allows compassion to guide action. It means choosing understanding over resentment, patience over anger, and forgiveness over pride. Loving mercy implies that kindness is not accidental, but intentional. Finally, to walk humbly describes a way of living rather than a single action. Humility does not mean weakness or lack of confidence. It means awareness, understanding that life is larger than personal ego and that growth comes from learning, not control. This verse does not promise instant success or comfort. Instead, it offers direction. It teaches that a meaningful life is built quietly through consistent choices aligned with fairness, compassion, and humility. Micah 6:8 reminds us that simplicity often holds the deepest wisdom. When life feels overwhelming, returning to these principles can restore balance and clarity. Verse Isaiah 55:8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Explanation. These verses from the book of Isaiah offer a calm reminder of perspective. They speak about the difference between human understanding and a greater, higher view of life. Rather than creating distance, this message invites humility and patience. Humans naturally try to explain everything. We want clear reasons, fast answers, and predictable outcomes. When things do not make sense, frustration often follows. Isaiah 55:8-9 gently reminds us that limited understanding does not mean lack of purpose. It simply means that not everything is visible at once. The comparison between heaven and earth is powerful. Just as the sky cannot be measured by standing on the ground, life cannot always be understood from a single moment or emotion. What feels confusing now may later reveal meaning. What seems delayed may be part of a longer process. This passage does not discourage thinking or questioning. Instead, it encourages trust when answers are incomplete. It suggests that peace can exist even without full clarity. Letting go of the need to control every outcome can bring inner rest. The idea that my ways are higher than your ways speaks to timing as well. People often judge moments as success or failure too quickly. A closed door may be protection. A difficult season may be preparation. Not every pause is a denial, and not every struggle is meaningless. These verses invite a slower, more reflective way of living. They encourage patience with life, with others, and with oneself. When expectations are softened, disappointment loses its power. Isaiah 55:8-9 teaches that trust is not weakness. It is the quiet strength to move forward without seeing the entire path. Even when understanding is limited, direction can still exist. Verse Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Explanation. These verses from the book of Proverbs speak about trust, guidance, and humility. They offer a quiet but powerful message about how a person can live with clarity and peace in an uncertain world. To trust in the Lord with all thine heart means more than simply believing. It is about placing confidence not only in moments of comfort, but also during confusion and doubt. Trust here is described as something whole and complete, not partial or conditional. It invites a person to rely on something greater than personal emotions or changing circumstances. The phrase, "lean not unto thine own understanding," does not suggest that human thinking is useless. Instead, it reminds us that our perspective is limited. People often see only a small part of the full picture. Decisions based only on personal experience or feelings can sometimes lead to fear, pride, or impatience. This verse encourages humility, the awareness that we do not always know what is best. In all thy ways acknowledge him points to everyday life, not only spiritual moments. It suggests that guidance is not reserved for special occasions, but is available in ordinary choices, work, relationships, and plans. Acknowledging God means remaining aware, thoughtful, and open to direction in both small and large decisions. The promise, "He shall direct thy paths," is not described as instant success or an easy journey. Direction does not always mean the shortest or simplest road. Sometimes guidance leads through challenges that shape character, patience, and wisdom. The verse reassures that there is purpose, even when the path is unclear. Together, these verses teach balance. They invite people to think, plan, and act, but without becoming controlled by fear or ego. They remind us that peace often comes not from having all the answers, but from trusting the process and walking forward with faith and humility. Proverbs 3:5-6 offers a timeless lesson. When trust replaces anxiety and humility replaces control, direction becomes clearer. Life may still be complex, but it no longer feels meaningless or chaotic.